Hi everyone, and welcome to a video guide on how to convert EPS to AI. Whether you're working as a graphic designer, an illustrator, or just receiving files as a client, you'll most likely come across all sorts of different file formats. Encapsulated PostScript File, known as EPS, and Adobe Illustrator Artwork, known as AI, are two examples of the most common file types you'll have to deal with. So this video will show you how to convert between both file types inside Adobe Illustrator, and also using an online conversion website. So let's get started by learning how to open our files in Adobe Illustrator, starting with an EPS file. So inside Adobe Illustrator, let's go ahead and click on the Open button on the left here. Navigate to where your EPS file is, select it, and then click on Open. And this will open your EPS file inside Adobe Illustrator. Here you can now go ahead and edit your file inside the program. And if you want to now convert it, all you have to do is go over to File, Save As, name your Illustrator file. So here we've named it EPS Converted. Under Save File Type As, you want to go ahead and select Adobe Illustrator, also known as AI. Select the AI format here, and then click Save. Over in this window here, you can now go ahead and select what version of Illustrator you want to save it as. So let's go ahead and save it as the latest version of Illustrator, which is Illustrator 2020. And then over in these options here, we can just leave these in their default settings. You'll want to check Use Compression, as this will give you a smaller file size, and you'll also want to check Create PDF Compatible File, as this will allow your clients or other people you're sending the file to view it in a PDF viewer. Click OK to convert your file. Excellent. Next, we'll learn how to convert an AI file to EPS. So to do this, let's go ahead and open our AI file by clicking on the Open button on the left here. Navigate to where your AI file is, select it, and then click on the Open button. This will open up your file in Adobe Illustrator again. And then here, as usual, you can go ahead and use Illustrator to edit your file as you see fit. And then once you're finished editing your file, we can now go ahead and convert it into an EPS file. So to do this, just go ahead and click File, Save As, and then select a file name for your EPS file. So let's go ahead and rename this EPS Conversion. And then we want to save the file type as an EPS. So by clicking on the drop-down menu here, we can go ahead and select Illustrator EPS, which is the third selection from the top. Select that, and then click on Save. So here, an EPS options window will appear, just like what we had before when we were converting our EPS file. Here, we can choose whether or not our file conversion will retain the colors and the transparency. And then under here in the options section, again, we usually want to leave these settings as default if we don't want to change our file or the look of our file too much, such as embedding the fonts. Click on the OK button on the bottom right to convert your AI file to an EPS file. Excellent. And there we have it. How to convert your files from EPS to AI and from AI to EPS in Adobe Illustrator. Next, we'll learn how to convert your files using an online file converter. There are many different file converters that you can find online. In this video, we'll learn how to quickly convert our files using anyconv.com. Here we can click on the Choose File button in the middle here to select the file that we want to convert. Once it's done, all you have to do is click on the Download EPS button. So there you have it. Now you know how to convert both EPS files and AI files. I hope you've learned something from this video, and I'll see you next time on Tuts Plus.